Good morning. It's Friday, the 31st of October. It's Halloween. Probably isn't when you're watching this, but it is when I'm recording it. It's basically 8 o'clock in the morning. I delivered the load I picked up yesterday coming down yesterday afternoon, so I got to sleep in today. That was my goal. If I got it off last night, then I didn't have to come in so early today. I'm just waiting. Somebody borrowed my winch bar real quick, so I'm waiting to leave, and I see him walking back now to bring it to me. So I've got a load to go get. I just need my winch bar to go get it. So just a second, because he's here to get it to me. Thank you. No problem. Appreciate it. All right. Now that is done, I went to turn my remote on this morning to start recording this, and it was dead. I haven't charged it in a few days. I don't really know. Didn't know how long it would last on the charge, so I haven't been charging it. But I guess I found out because now it's dead. So I actually had to reach over and push the little button. So I got it charging. It's charging right now. Usually the flashing red light means it's recording, which it does happen to be, but it was flashing red before I pushed record on the camera. So I'm not as easily, at least for right now, going to be able to record and stop recording while I'm driving, because I don't want to have to mess with reaching for the camera or whatnot, where that can just sit here basically in my hand already. I don't have to do anything. A lot of the times you probably notice it, I just have it in my hand, because I can still shift, I can do everything, and then just push the button and done. So anyhow, for now I just got to run across the bridge into Portland, which will suck this time of day, but go get my trailer loaded, bring it back here, and drop the load in the yard. This load I'm picking up actually goes to Mississippi, which I don't run to Mississippi, although I suppose I would if it paid enough. Yeah, so anyways, as I drive through the parking lot here, I'm going to stop this recording, or at least before I leave the parking lot, I'm going to stop the recording before I get on the street. We got kind of a big parking lot here, so I got a minute. But anyhow, so that's all I'm doing for now. Going to run over there, get a load on my trailer, tie it down, come back here, park it, pull my straps off, unhook from the trailer, see what I'm doing next. It's month end, so really this is just getting me a little extra money. There's no fuel surcharge because I'm going to do a total of like 15 miles of driving. So basically this load, hopefully it goes quick, doesn't take me a bunch of time, it's just a little bit more money in my pocket, really. So I'll take it. So anyhow, I'm coming up to the exit, so, oops, sorry, I'm locking the screen before I push the button. So I'm going to stop this now, and I'll check back in a while. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I'm sitting at my pickup, which was, you know, clear traffic, all that. It probably would have been 15 minutes from the yard. It took me probably 45 to get here, maybe even a tad longer because of traffic, one, and then once I got a couple blocks from here, there was a train blocking the road, so got quite the lineup of people waiting at the train. Finally got in here an hour and a half ago or something, and there's just a big stockpile of trucks waiting. There's 4 bays that you back in to get loaded. There's people in those bays, and then one truck ahead of me that's sitting next to me, and then it's my turn. But I guess I'm only in line for bays 1 and 2. I don't know if they're loading other stuff out of bays 3 and 4, so one guy ahead of me for 1 and 2, and then it'll be my turn. So just waiting. So hopefully it goes fast. I want want to get to the yard, get this trailer dropped, and see what I'm doing to preload for Monday. So hoping that this is kind of an early day, because I want to go to the bank and take care of some stuff there, and just get some stuff taken care of today. So I like making money, and I want to make money. There's some other things I need to do for the business that I need short days here and there to accomplish. Today being Halloween would be a good day for a short day, so that I can go get that stuff done. It's a holiday anyways. Then get ready for trick-or-treating in the rain, because it's ugly out today, and we'll go from there. So just figured I'd update since it's now 10 o'clock and it's been 2.5 hours or so. 2 hours, I don't remember what time it was when it was probably around 8 when I recorded the first clip. So anyway, I'll update in a bit. Well, kind of noisy. I picked a good time to start the video. I'm all loaded up and working my way to the exit of the place where I got loaded, so I can check out or whatever it is I need to do, and then that's weird, head to the yard. Oh, I see what it is. And yeah, head to the yard and drop this trailer and see what I'm doing next. Hopefully something quick. At this point it's noon now. This took a long time. So I'm sure I'll still have time to go to the bank, but I was hoping to be done by now for the day. Really, I was kind of hoping that I was just going to come in and preload for Monday and go home. But that's alright. I'm not complaining about making money. This is making me a little more money, so I'll take that. But yeah, anyhow, just working my way, like I said, back to the yard to drop this trailer, and I'll update from there. Hola, ¿cómo estás? So I got back to the yard, dropped my trailer, hooked up to another trailer, heading straight back to where I was, where I've spent all day today, sitting waiting to get loaded. I'm almost there now. I will get this load, and then I'm taking this one. It delivers in Lewiston, Idaho on Monday. So yeah, I'll be loaded and set for my Monday. The paperwork, the dispatch paperwork says it's a tarp load, so I might have to tarp it. But just because the dispatch paperwork says that doesn't mean it actually is. I'll find out from them when I load if it actually needs to be tarped. I'm hoping not, because that's just more work. I get paid more for it, so I guess it's not all bad, but we'll see. I'll find out if I got to tarp it or not. If I do, then I'll tarp it. It should, if I do need to, it should just be, hopefully, one steel tarp, which is much easier to do than lumber tarps. So, but, like I said, we'll see once I get checked in. I should find out then if it needs to be tarped. And then once I get loaded, I'll see the size of it. The size of it will determine what tarps how to tarp it, I guess. And I mean, it's steel, so it's not going to be lumber tarps, I'm sure, because that would take an awful damn lot of lumber, or steel, I mean, to get big enough to need to do all that. So, anyhow, alright, well, sorry, that's loud. Still a cluster F of trucks here. And I'm waiting in line. I don't know how many trucks are ahead of me. I'm sure it's a bunch. There's a bunch of trucks here. So, probably be a couple hours. That's lame, but it is what it is. So, I'm gonna turn this thing off for a while and sit here bored while I wait. So maybe I'll check back in later, maybe I won't. Well, finally done with my pickup for Monday. It's 5:15. What a day. All I've done is come here once, get a load, take it 6 miles back to the yard, come back, get a load, and it's been like a 10 and a half hour day. Oh, you remember maybe I told you in a video a couple days ago that I actually haven't edited or posted yet. I've started editing it, but I haven't finished it. I need to add music, I think, is all, and then post it. Anyways, about the parked regen that I have to do sometimes, and I just did it, was that Wednesday that I was in Idaho? Well, the light just came on as I was talking a second ago. The solid light saying that I'm going to need to do it soon. My guess is it may not be blinking by the time I get to the yard, but it'll probably start blinking soon after I leave to head to Idaho. So I'll have to come in early Sunday anyways, earlier than I plan to leave. So I'll just do a parked regen Sunday before I head out to Idaho. I don't know if I said already, but I'm going to go Sunday. I like driving Sunday evening. A, there's not crap for traffic on the road. Scales are all usually closed. Like, it's just a nice easy drive on Sunday instead of getting up super early. And that's another thing, I don't have to get up super early. I can sleep in Sunday morning. I can, you know, have breakfast with the family, kind of hang out for the day, and then maybe around like 4 or something I'll head out. I don't know what time yet. Sometime in the mid-afternoon. I might leave at 3, I might leave at 5, I don't know. As far as, well, yeah, I probably need to leave by 5 at the latest, because I need to make sure that once I get there, whatever time I get there, I have 10 hours to take off before I start getting unloaded, because I need to take 10 hours off before I go back on duty. So I need to get there by 10 o'clock at night, be parked and off duty by 10 o'clock at night, because they don't open until 8. So I'll look at it on like Google Maps or something. I've never been there, I don't know how long it'll take, all that. So I'll figure out, look at Google Maps, figure out about how long I think it'll take me to get there, and then leave accordingly. And I always give myself like an extra hour anyway, so I'll figure out how long I realistically think it'll take, and then I'll add an hour, and that's when I'll leave. So anyways, it's just nicer to do it on Sunday. So I'll have to come in earlier and do the parked regen. The thing on the visor that talks about the parked regen says that I can also just drive at highway speed for a while, like high RPMs. But the light came on Wednesday after I'd been driving at highway speed for 4.5 hours. Then it came on. So I don't know if my filters just needs to be replaced, because I think that's what it is. It talks about a filter. So with the frequency that it's seeming I might have to be doing these, maybe it's just time to get a new one. So I'm going to pull out the guard shack here. I've got to give him this piece of paper for him to let me out. So just a second, and then I'll talk some more.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
would have said Happy Halloween if he was in a costume. You only get a Happy Halloween if you're wearing a costume. Alright, so now I've got to, so it's 5:15. It's Halloween. So obviously the kids want to go trick-or-treating, silly kids. And I think we're supposed to be going over to a friend's house and taking all of the kids trick-or-treating in a big group. Of course, if I'm, the later I am, the later everybody has to wait. So it's funny that this started off like I was thinking today was going to be a short day, because I delivered my load I brought back down yesterday afternoon instead of doing it this morning, and then when I went back to the yard, my dispatcher said like, oh, just come in at 7:30 tomorrow morning and I'll get you loaded for Monday. So I assumed that all I was doing was coming into preload. As I said earlier today, I'm not complaining about extra money. I don't mind taking the load I did earlier. It's, you know, not a ton of extra money, but any money's, you know, better than no money. So anyhow, but I'm in Portland, and I've got to get back to our yard in Vancouver, get the truck parked. Well, traffic is not always friendly when you're trying to get from Portland to Vancouver, so I need to make it back to the yard before 6 because our mechanic guy has tarps for me. My tarps got stolen, in case you don't remember. They got stolen last weekend. This load is a tarp load, and I don't have tarps to tarp it, so I have to buy more tarps. He has tarps for me to buy, but he's only there until 6. What is that guy? That guy had his turn signal on, was in the right turn lane. So I pulled out, then he stopped in the right turn lane with his right turn signal still on and threw his hands up in the air like I pulled out in front of him, then turned his turn signal off and went straight after I went by. I can see if he didn't have his signal on and wasn't in the turn lane, why he could, I suppose, put all of the responsibility of that on me. But when you're signaling to turn in a turn lane and slowing down, why would I think you want to go straight and right? So, anyhow, I've got to get there by 6 to get my tarps. And then I need to chain them to my trailer and lock it so they don't get stolen. And then, yeah. Silly people. Anyhow. So, road should be pretty open until I get to the freeway. I got a few miles until I get to the freeway, and then I'm anticipating quite a backup because it's Friday, it's Halloween, everybody wants to get home and go trick-or-treating. If I'm lucky, everybody already went home and traffic's already done. Probably not lucky. So, it's funny, I've been at work 10 hours and I've spent 45 minutes of that driving, 15 minutes of it switching trailers, and somewhere between a half hour and an hour tying down and untying. The rest has been sitting and waiting. That is the absolute worst part of this job, sitting and waiting. I don't think I've spent a day doing this much waiting. Maybe not ever. I don't know. And the bad thing is, these guys don't pay standby time. Like a lot of places, I mean, it's usually only if you have an appointment, a delivery or a pickup appointment. But a lot of places, once you hit the 2-hour mark, they have to start paying extra for you sitting there, standby time. I might have mentioned that earlier. Maybe not. I've talked to a bunch of drivers because there's a bunch of us sitting there waiting all day. So I might have been talking to one of them, I'm not sure. But I feel like I've already explained standby time because a lot of the drivers there are company drivers. They get paid hourly or whatever, so they don't know how it works on the other side, I suppose. So they have a lot of questions. Like pretty much every driver starts off as a company driver. I would hope somebody's not for very first starting out driving a truck. They're not going out and buying a truck. Probably not a good idea. Take your knocks as a company driver, learn the ropes, so you're not tearing up your equipment once you buy your own truck. But anyways, everybody starts as a company driver, and a lot of guys don't ever want to do any more than that, and that's fine. I can understand why, 100%. But a lot of the guys, even if they never do go the route of buying their own truck and becoming an owner-operator, they're at least always curious about it and have a lot of questions and want to know what's it really like, because I think everybody knows that the possibility is there to make a lot more money as an owner-operator. It's definitely not guaranteed. You could potentially make a lot less money as an owner-operator, but I don't know. They just often have a lot of questions. There's a steel plate in the road in that lane, so I'm going to get over and go around it. So anyhow, you know, we're coming up on, I can see it actually right over there. When I was driving, pulling a car hauler, I used to pick up, if I turned right on this road I'm about to go past, I know you can't see it, there's a road right here that goes to the Nissan yard where all the new Nissans come in. So I used to go right there all the time and pick up Nissans. Honda was right back there. It's like that's Pontiac or something. There's a bunch of the car stuff here because we're basically near the port of Portland. We're not in the port, but we're right near the port of Portland. Anyhow, I got nothing exciting to talk about. I'm hoping the weather will be nice on my drive out Sunday. Just because that's a nice drive. Some nice scenery because it's nothing. It's country. I grew up in the city. I've been in the city my whole life, so I like getting out where there's nothing around. It'll be a lot nicer scenery if it's nice outside. I called the place I'm delivering to see what time they start receiving, which is why I know they don't start receiving until 8. And asked them if I needed to make an appointment, and they were like, no, I'm sure you're the only truck that's going to be here. It's like, we're a real small place, you're the only truck that's going to be here. It was like, but there's a lot of room here, so you don't have to, like, if you don't mind, if you don't want to stay at a truck stop, it's like you don't have to, like, you can actually park here and just be here when we get here, so we'll get straight on you. You don't have to, like, go stay at a truck stop. And so that's nice. I like that kind of info because I'd always prefer to drive to the customer and be sitting at the customer. It's just a lot easier. I can sleep later, really is what it comes down to. If I got to stay at a truck stop or a rest area 20 minutes away or something, and they start receiving at 8, well, I want to get there early because I hate being late, so they open at 8, then I'm going to target getting there at 7:30, and then I've got to figure, okay, well, it's going to take me X amount of time to get there, so I need to leave wherever I'm at by this time, which then means I need to start my pre-trip by this time, which means I need, you know what I mean, start working backwards. If I can park there where they're going to unload me and they start at 8, I can sleep till 7:30, get up, get dressed, get, you know, do whatever I'm going to do, be out of the truck at 7:45, pulling my straps, be untied at 8 o'clock, and then while they're unloading me, I can do my pre-trip, and, you know, I can just sleep a lot later. So that's not something that happens in this truck driving world. You don't usually get to sleep. Like, sleeping in for me is like getting up at 5:30 is like, today was like, holy crap. Oh, until, I don't know, 7 would have been pushing it, but I got up earlier than I needed to because when you're used to getting up between 2 and 5 every day, it's kind of hard to sleep in. But, you know, if they don't start receiving till 8 and I can park at their place, I can sleep until 7:30. I'm sure I won't be able to sleep until 7:30, but having the option is nice. And what'll happen is I'll wake up at 4, look and see what time it is, look outside and it'll be dark, be like, eh, whatever, I'll go back to sleep, and then I'll sleep for like a half hour, and then I'll wake up. Then I'll just do that, like sleep 30 minutes at a time, until finally it's, I don't know, like 7 I'd probably get up, since this is a tarp load, and, you know, get it all untarped and untied, and just be ready for it. I still won't be able to sleep in that much, but being able to sleep in it all is nice, so I'll look forward to that.